Is that me? My God.
Hello.
Yo. What you up to?
I a lot of games I can. When Jackson gets on, I'll play some Terraria. But I think for now, I'll just play some Enter the Gungeon because why not?
Fair.
You should get this game. It's like $8. It's fun.
Yes. Hold on.
Eh.
Bro, like play a game like Lethal Company or something, but we can only speak German because most of us took German.
Not all of us know it.
But okay, imagine. But then that's part of the fun. Imagine Arden. I'm being racist here because he's Hispanic. Imagine Arden speaks Spanish. We're speaking
Damn.
German. Jackson's speaking whatever he learned.
He speaks German.
Yeah, so yeah, that would be fun. Would it not?
Eh. I don't know.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Dude, I'm so tired.
Watch that.
I don't know. I'm just so ready for the week to be done. I'm skipping tomorrow because I don't want to go.
Hello.
Arden, you learned Spanish, right?
Only a
Oh,
little
wait,
bit,
you're
but
literally
yeah.
in a Spanish class in college. I forgot about that. Yeah. I was thinking we should all play a game like Lethal Company, but me, James, and Jackson would speak German and you'd speak Spanish, and it'd be.
I don't know that much Spanish.
Well, I don't know much German, but it would be fun anyway.
Zed Dog would just be Zed Dog. That's all you
That's
really
true.
need.
True. I mean, we could probably just say the scrap names.
Wait. Oh shit. I don't know
No,
why.
no, not true. Because like Flask isn't Flaskin.
Yeah,
And like Rubber
I
Ducky,
know, but we don't have the voc. We can communicate, but we don't have the vocab.
you know
For
that's
like
the
all
point. If you don't
million.
have the vocab, you just have to find a way around it.
That's true. That's true.
Go to water treatment control.
I kind of forgot that I have to shower and then I have to go do stuff because there's people who are going to come to the house selling it.
Oh, you're selling a house.
Yeah.
Aaron,
Where do you hope to move?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Aaron, it's just like when you're trying to message someone but you don't know how to spell a word, so you find a complete workaround to that word.
All right. Think of a workaround for train.
Transport.
In German.
Oh. I'd just say Das Auto. Yeah, that's car.
But there's also an engine.
Das
That's
Auto.
what I was thinking was.
What's part? What's part?
Das Auto.
Or you could say Das Auto ist kaputt, and that means like the car doesn't work. Engine. You gotta find ways to connect.
What about large axle? Grosse Stück.
What's that?
Stick.
Oh.
Big
But is there another big stick in the game?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Is Stuck really stick?
I think so.
That's so late.
With the umlaut.
I'm so ready for like this trimester to be over.
Well, I think it's Stanja.
What?
Dick.
That sounds more correct. Stimmt.
Oh, it means rod. It means rod, which is even closer if you ask me.
Yeah, a rod is much closer. Grossa. Yeah. Rubber. There's a rubber chicken in the game, right?
Uh,
Right?
a rubber chicken.
Yeah, a rubber duck. Or
I know there's a rubber duck. I don't know.
a rubber duck, you could just say Hähnchen. It's close enough. Hähnchen is chicken. And duck is close enough to chicken.
Yeah. What about like the enemies? I'd say loot bug. Fliega.
Yeah, that sounds right. I would think that.
How about Bracken? Lumenmon.
No, Dunkelmon. Dark Man.
No. In the game spot, he's literally called the Flower Man, which would
Oh.
just be Blumenmon.
But you gotta think, could it be thought of as something else? Could someone else think like Bloomin' Man could mean something, not that?
I don't think so.
Okay, the Hydra Deer. What's the word for dirty? Oh,
I don't
I
know,
know.
but you could just say Wasser.
No, you could just say dirty Wasser. Dirty water. You know?
Hold on.
Or you could say living water.
Line. I don't think we're gonna get that word. Wasserschleim. It's literally Wasserschleim. So, water slime, Wasser. What else is there? There's a thumper. So, Paulmon, half man, because he's got no legs.
Oh yeah, that's good.
What's the jester? Lustig man.
Funny man.
Yep.
Do you have any white heels you could trade?
Bunkers.
Bandages or
What's
anything?
the
Spinner.
Spinner? Yeah, Spinner.
Grossa Spinner.
Wait,
What is that shit?
or
The
just
big spider.
Spinner. There's only one spider.
A Spinner is one. Or it could be both. 1 and 2. But like, yeah.
Security sweeps are happening, but don't expect too much. They're stretched thin. Reminder, any unauthorized tampering with power lines is prohibited. There'll be a news segment after. Security sweeps are happening, but don't expect too much. They're stretched thin.
Fuel update. Someone from level 3 swiped the last of the fuel reserves. Hopefully worth it.
Glad you showed up. People sheltered in those camps back then. Use the out.
We've had to build our topside infrastructure in stages.
I'll need it.
Don't forget about Stella Montes. You know, that place isn't going to investigate its. shapes and sizes. If you spot a shack made of mostly corrugated sheets, that's probably one of ours.
Yo, you want a blueprint? I got a blueprint. Okay, have fun. Yo. You good?
I'm so.
Okay. Just checking.
Hold on, bro.
Hola.
Hey. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yep, I'm just playing video games.
yeah.
Yep.
I just sent you a text. First thing, bud, I am disappointed and a little frustrated that that it took me reaching out for you to share what you found out. Because like, the way I'm saying this because I could be wrong, so giving you the chance, but the way I interpreted that then was you avoiding having to have the conversation.
No, I just forgot.
Okay. But when you talked with her, what did you feel and think then?
I still don't think the ACT is a good idea.
Why is that, bud?
Because, even when I took the PSAT, which the ACT isn't too far off from that, atmosphere-wise, the PSAT was, really hard on me, because I'm really bad at tests, let alone long tests, let alone long tests in an uncomfortable room. So, even if I took it, I wouldn't score great, because near the end, I just start clicking through questions because I want to be done.
It becomes are there strategies that you can practice ahead of time, or things to have fidgets or things that could help you get through it? Versus, because what I'm hearing is it's an uncomfortable situation. I'm afraid, there's a level of a fear of failure, so I'm just going to avoid it versus face it.
I don't see how I brought up failure. I don't think I'd fail.
You said I won't do well on it. I'm just labeling that like a form of failure.
My thought is, if I'm not doing well, what's the point in taking it anyway? Because if you do bad on your ACT, it looks even worse.
Well...
And that is true.
But you don't have... I don't think you have to send your scores to...
Really?
So, if I could be wrong on that, but I think that you can take it, and if it's a school then that says it's optional, you can choose to include the score or not. Now, the only exception would be if when you register you have to put a school, but I don't think you have to, because a lot of people don't even know where they're going to apply.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
And so, to me, it's you might as well just do it so that you're not closing the door on certain schools that would require it. Also, even the schools that don't, like what I saw about the U of M is, you can apply with an ACT score. You don't have to, but if you don't, they're going to look more heavily at extracurricular activities, the academic rigor of the classes that you took, and your grades.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, going into this year, I'd say, you'll probably be fine, except that you could be competing against people who took all AP, college, who knows, but I think you'd be fine. But now that you're going to have a couple D pluses on your transcript.
Most of those grades go in as weighted grades, which bumps it up like a letter.
Okay. I'm just saying, it would keep options open.
Yeah.
And just from a life perspective, I mean, it's one of those, again, if we say no or we avoid things out of a fear, then it gets easier and easier to keep saying no, and then our world gets smaller and smaller, versus if we try it. I mean, because, you could try it and not score as well as you'd like, and then you know, I'll be there for you to sit and you can just say, I just need you to sit with me, let me feel it. I don't need advice, whatever. Or I do need advice, Mom. I need someone to just rally me, and yeah, you're gonna get through. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I do get
Also,
you.
it's another. Have you thought more about neuropsych eval?
Well, I don't know what more there is to think about.
Well, would you like to get an evaluation for?
I don't even know what
like,
that consists of.
Well, they do, like, you have to fill out some forms and surveys that have that, like, always, sometimes, never, you know, type thing. And I would have to fill out some, or your dad, or both. I know you spend more time at your dad's, but I have filled out the ones for your brothers in the past, just because, well, various reasons. And then usually there's like a component where they're gonna be doing. Do you remember like tangrams?
What the hell is that?
Like shapes, where it's like, can you take these shapes and make this other shape? These pieces, almost like
I'm
puzzle
pretty
work.
alright at those.
Yeah, and things like patterns. You know, like, do you ever do those at school where it's like, here's a picture of this, 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 what's the next thing in the pattern?
Yeah.
And then there was a chunk that was like, oh, we're gonna, at least for me, it could have been different for Matthew, where I'm gonna give you basically math word problems to do in your head, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be, and then I like did automatic because it was like easy stuff. It was like,
I've
there's
never been good
25
at word
kids.
problems.
No, but James, it's things like, it's more trying to test your working memory and stuff, because it was things like, there's 4 kids that were invited to the party, and the cake has can be cut into 12 pieces. How many pieces can each child have?
Oh.
You know, it's like stuff like that. Or you have a $5 bill and the item costs $1.25. How many of the item can you buy?
Oh.
You know, type thing. And then, but again, it might be a little, it could be different. And then there was some like computer stuff where you have to like, there's going to be, for me, it was either a 1 or a 2. And every time there's a 1, you need to push this button. And if there's a 2, you don't do anything. And then you're going to hear them say either 1 or 2. And if it's a 1, you push this button. If it's a 2, you do nothing. And then it could be either visual or auditory, but
That sounds
same
awful.
type of thing. What?
That sounds awful.
Well, that's to test ADHD.
Oh.
But so anyways, there's like different components of it. Those are like the main component. Like for me, like a full neuropsych eval, and for me included like the, you know how I said like the pattern thing and the whatever, those were all part of an IQ test. And then there was a part that was the verbal portion where it was like provide synonym or give, I can't remember. They would say a word and I had to say either provide synonyms or say what the word meant or something, but it was like not hard at all, because it was like maybe, you know, like courage or blah blah blah, you know, like it just wasn't. And also in those tests there is no right or wrong, and they're gonna keep going, like theoretically, until you fail. Like they want you to get to a point where you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Do you know what I mean?
That sounds awful.
Well, James, again, not a great idea to say no to something that could be helpful because we're afraid of the process. That's more of a, what can I do to get comfortable with the process?
Yeah.
And also know, no matter how much, sorry.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah.
There's also a level of no matter how much you prepare, there will always be a level of nerves or discomfort, and then learning how to be okay with that, like sitting with that discomfort and knowing, okay, I'm not comfortable, and I will get,
Mhm.
you know.
I still like. I get that there's minor advantages to it. I don't see the huge advantage because I made it this far without any of that.
School's only going to get more intense and more layers of executive function required. I guess what would be the reason to not do it other than I've gotten through it without it, you know?
Well, yeah, I assume it would take like a whole day.
Yeah.
The-
Like the couple hours, 3 hours needed.
oh, that's awful.
But what I yeah, there's something that might help, right? Afraid of like the process might be a little overwhelming or frustrating, and um, if you the alternative is years of like that's what I don't understand. You know what I mean?
Well,
Are you there?
yeah, I'm thinking because I don't really see it as years of challenge because I'm already just doing what I do. Like,
Right. But
yes, maybe it could assist me. I said yes, maybe it could assist me, but like, well, I don't know.
what is what? You hear all the noise from that person.
Yeah, it's very loud.
What?
It's very loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. We do it this way. But
Yeah,
is that better?
yeah.
I'm concerned because a pattern I see is, well, not in all, I see you stepping into discomfort in some areas, but then in others, like, I just don't want to try,
Well,
you know?
I like to think of it as a balance. If I'm stepping into discomfort in one area, it'd be impossible to step into discomfort in every area of life because that would be too much.
No, but this is your education.
Yeah, and that'll be done in 4 years. I mean,
James. But you, I see, I, I see that this could cause, like, the attitude of, like, I'm just not going to step into it is not going to serve you well.
well, but I still am stepping into discomfort in other areas. So it's not like I'm just avoiding all conflict. I'm just avoiding too much to where my head explodes.
Well, but James, why are you choosing the ones that you are?
Well, because they seem more important at the time.
Well, you don't think college is important?
I never said
don't
that.
think-
I think that my like, cuz right now, yes, the way I'm doing education could be better, but it's working.
But James, there's like if you ever hit a point where you need support, like even to like, oh, maybe I wanna try medication for it, or maybe I want, you know, like accommodations or whatever. Like, you're not going to get it if you don't have.
Well, yeah, and once that becomes an issue, I can just get the diagnosis.
Well, it's not always that easy. Yeah,
I mean,
suppose. I mean, like, I can't force you. I just don't. I guess I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to do it. What I'm hearing you say for your reason is, that sounds like an uncomfortable 3 hours.
well, in my head, it makes a lot more sense to me.
To not do it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's more than likely a protector part who's there's probably something other than just, ooh, that sounds like an uncomfortable 3 hours. Maybe like a, ooh,
Oh, what?
what if it, what?
Well, it's just my buddies on Discord. Continue.
So there's probably something other than just that playing under the surface. Something like, you know, fear of looking stupid, or fear of being labeled, or fear of who knows. I don't know.
I could not tell you if there were, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. But I mean, if so when you hear me say it and you're like, well, it makes sense in my head when I say it out loud. Okay, here's what I'm hearing. Ooh, that sounds overwhelming. Like an overwhelming 3 hours. I don't want to have to do that. Does that seem logical and like a good decision to say?
Well, but that's not, like, what I intend. Like, that's not what I mean.
Well,
To me,
what
it
do
just
you mean?
it just doesn't seem like it would be time well spent.
Why?
Because I'm already doing fine without it. To me, it's not a problem unless
You
it...
told me you think you might have dyslexia.
Yeah, but I'm still surviving and doing pretty well.
Why would you say no to things that would make your life easier? Why would you need to have life hard?
Well, in my eyes, it's not easy or hard, it's just how it is. It's like neutral.
Well, I know, but this would be like, okay, I could give you a cheat code and make life easier. Why would you turn that down?
I don't quite know.
Does that make sense what I'm saying though? Because I get it. Like you figure, but what can happen is it can lead to like burnout.
Well, yeah.
Constantly be.
But I think no matter who you are, no matter what you do, you will burn out at some point.
Not necessarily. Not if you have skills.
I don't know. I feel like burnout is inevitable no matter what. You just have to do what you can to minimize it, and then when it hits, be really good at mitigating it.
Okay. Well, you have to do what you can to minimize it. So, is this a decision that would be doing what you can to minimize it?
I don't know. I don't think burnout's too big of a deal right now. Not running into it too often.
Do you see that you're changing your
I
argument
don't
a little
think
bit?
I need to minimize it because I feel as if there isn't anything to minimize.
Well, you were the one who brought up wanting.
Well, you actually brought it up. You said, "Oh, have you ever thought about getting those?" And I said, "Yeah, I've thought about it before." And then you're like, "Oh, what for?"
What was that?
And then you said, "Oh, what for?" And then I explained.
Yeah.
But the whole situation did start because you brought it up to me.
Okay, but you had thought about it.
Well, I had just been like, "Oh, I might have dyslexia. I don't know."
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, I still can read if I need to and can figure it out. It just takes me a little longer.
Well, yeah, but when you go into college, you're gonna have to read more.
That's not true. You can have video books telling you what it says. There's a lot of resources in the common world that are workarounds to those disorders. So, in my eyes, if I think I have it, and what I do to mitigate how difficult it makes anything, then it's no different than if I got a test and the test told me I had it and they gave me a resource to do it. Because if the resource I have works for me, why would I need someone else to tell me a different resource that might not?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's difficult, but I find workarounds or I find ways that can make it easier or whatever. And like, yeah, I don't have the greatest ability to focus sometimes in class, but I learn ways to mitigate the distractions so I focus better. Like,
Yeah.
because otherwise a doctor will just say, "Oh yeah, you have ADHD," and then tell me ways I can focus, but I already know what works for me.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Hope that made more sense.
Okay. Well, but I mean, I still would choose differently. But just know that it's still, if you don't want to do it now, but later you're like, I wish I would have said, yes, Mom, I want that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's actively playing into part of what's hard about history for you.
I also just don't like that class and don't respect that teacher, which makes it really hard to want to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
What?
I said, so that doesn't help.
Yeah. But so back to the ACT, I do think you should take it.
Well, the colleges that I'm visiting, I know you told me that the U doesn't require, the U, right?
Yeah, what colleges are you visiting?
River Falls, the U, and UMD.
Okay. Well, this is a bummer. Just a second, sorry. River Falls, do you want to look at Morris? It's a smaller school.
I prefer bigger schools if I'm going to go to one. Because the bigger the school, the more it just feels like a community.
Yeah, also remember, like River Falls, that's in the Wisconsin thing.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I know.
What?
I know.
Though, you probably will still qualify for Pell Grant, but I don't know for sure. But then, the Minnesota one though covers all of tuition.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm just taking it one step at a time. I feel like the ACT, if it's not required for the schools that I'm looking at, I see no reason as to why I should do it.
Okay. Okay.
So.
Well, you said UMD River Falls and where?
U of M.
The Twin City. Well, UMD. So the Twin Cities
UMD
campus?
is Minnesota Duluth. U of M is the U.
Twin Cities campus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's also other. If there's other ones you want to look at, let me know. I'd be happy to take you.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's, like, what was I gonna say? Oh, I can't think right now. Like state schools, like Mankato or Winona, or, those ones too. So.
Okay. Well.
All right.
I'll just see how these first 3 go and then work from there.
Sounds good. Well, if you end up liking Duluth, it's
That's
good.
awesome.
What?
That's a good school to like.
Yeah, and it's, Spirit Mountain's right there. You could go skiing.
And Duluth is a pretty big town with lots of restaurants. So.
Yes. Also, by the way, have you thought or reached out to Spencer goes there, and I'm certain he would be happy.
And my cousins go to the U of M, don't they?
You go to Morris.
Oh, Morris. That's the one you told me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they go to Morris. So
I could
I'm
reach
trying
out
to
to
think.
Spencer.
What?
I could easily reach out to Spencer.
Yeah. Because I bet you he'd be happy to answer questions or show you like some of the, this college will give you the official tour, but he could give you some.
He
of
also
the,
used to be a college tour guide.
What?
He used to be one of the tour guides at Duluth.
He used to be one of the what?
The tour guides at UMB.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
Well,
even outside of that, he could then give you too. Oh, this is what they'll say on the tour, just so you know.
Yeah.
I can show you this, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. So have you ever tried the sugar cookie cinnamon toast crunch?
What?
The sugar cookie cinnamon toast crunch. It's real good.
Oh, is it? That
Yeah.
sounds like it would be super sweet.
Oh, it's so good. You're talking to the wrong guy about super sweet, by the way.
That is true. That is true.
Grandma said that my concert sounded super professional on the recording, and then I told her that it sounds worse on the recording.
Yeah. No, I know. They were pretty impressed. I talked to them last night.
I myself was a little impressed with how well we did.
You guys did awesome.
Yeah, it was exciting. James is still being a pain. All of our new music is getting very strictly organized.
What do you mean?
So first, when we got the new music, it was a choir day, which means choir kids are in the choir room. And Violet put the new music in James's locker. James grabbed the music and brought it with him to choir. And then when we couldn't find it, I went to the choir room and said, "Hey, James, I need the new music." And he grabbed, like, pretty much just pulled it out of his pocket and then was just like, "Hey, whatever parts you choose today are not your final part." And I was like, "Okay, sounds good." Yeah, right?
He has a lot of power and control issues.
And then we chose the part. He proceeded to walk into the band room, lean over Aaron and my shoulder, and then he was just he went, "Oh yeah, also make sure. Aaron, for sure, you're not getting that part that you're playing right now. I don't care. That's the bass part. It has the coolest line, so I get it." Like, yeah. Aaron's the bass trombone, and James just takes the part from him.
Why? I'm sorry, but Kennedy should be stepping in.
It's like, that's ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know the whole story, so I don't know why Kennedy's not. But I mean, from what you are telling me, and without like other perspectives, I do not understand why he would give. Just a second. Are you?
Yep.
Are you there?
Yeah.
I don't understand why he would give that much power to James.
I don't either. It's dumb. Even Aaron was getting really mad. He's like, "Well, if I had a better bass trombone, and just because I can't afford a $5,000 bass trombone, he just gets to take the parts."
Yeah, no, and it's not a sign of like good leadership.
No.
At the high school, it's one thing if you're in a professional ensemble, then you do want the best person playing the best,
Yeah.
but this is like, it's the high school band. Like, he's the bass trombonist. This is why I don't understand how Kennedy does it, and maybe it's partly so that you do get exposed to different parts, but like when I was in
Well,
band,
that's not true, because recently, every single song I have gotten, I've gotten second or third part, which is notoriously the worst two parts.
James, that is like, so what I would say is, when I was in band, when we had auditions, he also placed us. And you knew literally the rank order because there were the first clarinets, second clarinets, third clarinets, but even within the first, second, and third, there was like first, second, third, fourth, fifth chair.
Well, I know how it works. Yeah.
So I was a second clarinetist, but I was like first or second chair of second clarinetist. Like I knew that, and that was my part all year.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Our band is different, where everyone but the bass trombone swaps parts. So, like, most
No, I know
people.
what I'm saying is, yeah.
Well, so James has between 1 and 4 parts, right? So one first part on one song, second on another, third on another. That's how we've been doing it, and the symphonic band has done it for like 15 years now, right? It's just everyone gets every part, a sample of it to learn what parts they like and don't like. And I have had second and third
Just
parts.
so you know, though, in a lot of other bands, you don't. It's not what you like that you get.
Well,
the
yeah,
director chooses
but
it.
it's different when the opportunity to have better parts is out there. When the trombonists around me have been getting different parts all year and I've been stuck on these two. And it's ever since James got mad at me, he took away my first parts, gave me worse parts, and then left me with those.
When did he get mad at you, and
Well,
why was he
after
mad
I
at
just
you?
stopped going to jazz band because they were treating me horrible.
Yeah.
And then he got mad, and then I stopped doing lessons with him, and then he got even more mad at me. And it's just like, and then he said the crazy thing about Maddie, how he purposefully gave her a hard part. Like,
Did you ever talk with him out,
no,
or did it?
I'm
No.
no.
Were you afraid that it would?
Oh, I told him, hey, I'm extremely busy right now. I can't lie. Like, I just can't deal with this. And then he was like, okay, sounds good. And then I just never contacted him again about it, and he's just been super rude to me.
Well, I mean, was that the real reason why?
No, I was super busy, and that was also middle of Tony stuff. So, like, I was dealing with a lot outside of school.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
right? And
So just know that you could go up to him and just say, hey, James, I really appreciated when you were doing lessons for me, and I know I got busy, but I've been feeling tension between the two of us. Do you feel that? Could we talk about it? Like, that would be the most mature way
and
to
I'm
approach
not
it.
gonna lie, I would do that if it wasn't James and he wasn't psychotic.
Yeah.
Because if he were a normal person, I would be like, okay, yeah, but a normal person doesn't do what he does.
Yeah.
Like, so I just keep my distance and kind of just bite my tongue throughout band.
Program.
But it really kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, just know if you're bad mouthing him to other people, though, it
well,
is
yeah.
gonna get back
Well,
to him.
even today, I got given a first part by Grant, which Grant, he's a freshman, right? But if James doesn't give us the music, Grant's the second in charge, right? He's Kennedy's son. So when Grant gave us all music, he gave everyone in my section music. And then James walks over to us, and I had a first part. Maddie and Aaron had third and fourth part, which was one part that's third and fourth. So it's like there's 3 parts really. And James goes, "Hey James, give me that part." And I was like, "Is this not the one I'm supposed to have?" And he was like, "Did Grant give you it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "Is my name Grant?" And I said, "No." Like already aggressive with the way he's dealing with it.
It's a very arrogant way to deal with
Yeah.
it. Like, thought through, I was gonna hand the parts out differently.
Well, what sucked was he didn't talk to a single other trombonist of 7 trombonists about the part they got. And I got a first part. Coincidence? Maybe. But the one song I get a first part in for the past like 4 months getting stolen from me right away.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then he threw me to third and fourth part, which again is just third part. There's just not a fourth. So, and now we have 4 people playing the 3-4 part, and like 1 person on 1, 2 people on 2.
It's up to then to just.
Well, it's like, it's ridiculous. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I absolutely could understand why that would be annoying.
Makes ban really suck. And it's just Maddie and I, because everyone else gets treated normally.
Yeah, that sucks too.
And since both of us kind of dropped jazz band and don't devote our life to band, we just get thrown more to the curb, which makes us want to be there even less, and then it's kind of a cycle. Because the more we don't want to be there, the more they get upset with us, but then the more they get upset with us, the more we don't want to be there.
That's good. So then see, like, what can I do to shift my part of it? You know, because you used to love it and just being able to be in a spot where you're like, I'm doing this for me. Not, I mean, it makes sense. Everything you're saying, the people you're doing it with have a big impact on what the experience will be like.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah, that's kind of a bummer because freshman year and last year, it was like a huge source of enjoyment for you.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking I'm gonna talk to Grant and like go to him and be like, hey, is what James said about Maddie true? Because James initially told Grant thinking he wouldn't be a double agent. And then if he says yeah, I'll bring it to Kennedy and be like, hey, I have multiple people saying this was said, and it's not acceptable, really. Why?
Because it's like you become the rat then, and it's still like it's creating.
Yes, but James could get his privileges stripped if Kennedy realized how he was talking about the other people in the section.
I don't think that's the best way to go.
There's not really any good ways to go about it.
Well, but to involve what you're doing is triangulation.
No, I'm going to the source where we heard the information and asking if it's true.
Yeah.
If he says yes, then that's just verification. And going to Kennedy is just like, hey, this is a problem.
But also realize that is between Maddie and James, not you and.
Well, yes, but James being how arrogant he is also hurting me. I'm being affected in this. Well, he is doing the same thing to me.
The direct involved person in that situation is Matt. So it's more appropriate for if anyone takes this up that it would be Matt.
Yep.
In addition to that, I would recommend not being like Maddie. You need to do blah blah blah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
And then the other thing is Grant Kennedy's son, which has a whole nother because if you say Grant, think about when I say it's conversation was between Grant and James.
Yeah.
So then if you go, Grant, this is true, and then you go to Kennedy, you are overstepping the boundaries because the original people involved are Grant, James, and Maddie. And you're taking it on. If Grant wants his dad to know, Grant will go to his dad
Yeah.
I also get that there can be confusion, like, well, sometimes we're supposed to advocate for others, but Maddie has not asked you to advocate.
Yeah.
And then that becomes form of, like, an unhealthy pattern. Oh, I'm going to stick my neck out for people before they've even asked for, even if they've asked, sometimes it's appropriate to, and sometimes it's appropriate to help them feel strong enough to stand up for themselves. And that just depends on the situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is this making sense or no?
It is. But I feel like it's still to an extent I am involved. And also, when
You're gonna to say kind of like this is I noticed this is what happened. This is how the conversation I had went. Like the first part, second part just happened, and his attitude of like, well, is my name Grant? You know, like I just asked him a polite question. Oh, is this gonna be my partner? Well, is my name Grant? Like, you know, but just even to him, like to say, he might just say talk to James, but like, hey, I acknowledge I haven't talked directly to James, but I'm concerned too because I'm feeling tension, and I'm afraid of retaliation because of X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Mm.
It's like stepping back to say, who's the source? And like, when Maddie found out, it was like, ooh. If she was like, I'm really frustrated and I want to talk to Kennedy, but I don't know if then if you were to just say, do you want me to go with for moral support? You can talk, but I can just like witness for you. Like that's the way that you could. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How does all of this feel as I say?
I just kind of want a solution because it's getting out of hand and it's not really been like, oh, out of the blue, because James has always kind of been like this.
Yeah. Well, the important thing then is like not let it hit a point where it just becomes like a. You know what I mean? But that might involve.
It especially sucks when the people that I enjoy having in band most want to quit because other people are being horrible to them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, is it Maddie and who else?
Well, Maddie wants to quit. Aaron is getting really upset with James because how James has treated him too.
The other avenue is could we have a
Yeah, that doesn't really happen.
Okay. Be possible, like just have a section meeting if you're not on how to approach your own. But it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys are in high school. It makes sense. You're like, I don't know how to approach it. Say like, hey, I know, like, I care about approaching this the best way. I don't know how to do that, Mr. Kennedy, but here's what's going on. Here's how I'm feeling, and I want to be part of the solution. So what would you recommend? But only do that if you're willing to actually do what men and try, and then to just see how the chips fall and to let him know how they fall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might be the best option because you're saying, I care about band a lot. I wanna be a positive member, and I want to be part of like helping build a strong community. And I'm feeling really frustrated now. I don't know what to do. Could you help me? He maybe would. You know, Mr. Kennedy, I don't. Would he be receptive to that? Or
Truly don't
you
know.
know?
He's a rather I don't want to have to teach kind of teacher, other than Vand, of course.
Well,
He doesn't step in for conflict too often.
yeah, he's a conflict avoidant.
Yeah.
Well,
So. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go and continue playing my video games.
All right.
Love you too. Have fun.
Good night.
You too. Yo, what's good, flashlight man?
Hey, Shadwen here. Listen up. Remember, you're not there to take in the sights. I'll need the details from you
Yo, that
later.
music's tough.
What?
Some dude named Flashlight Man has some music bumping, bro.
What? Something about a flashlight man?
Yeah, it's his name.
Are you still playing Orc? Oh my gosh, bro.
Of course I am.
The game doesn't even look fun anymore.
What?
The game doesn't even look fun anymore.
So you're just a
Looks
hater.
overplayed.
You're just a hater. Yo, that music's so tough.
Dude, do you have any shields?
Like shield recharge?
Yeah. It's fine if not.
Right here, right here.
Ooh, thank you, thank you. You the goat.
That's all I got though. So, good luck.
Are we fighting the Bastion?
Trying to.
Let's go to the harvester.
We've got word of a patrolling queen nearby. That means a harvester is there. Be careful and make sure you're well equipped and brought back up if you do try to take it on.
What's up, guys?
There we go.
No worries, no worries. Oh, I'm gonna go around this big guy real quick. Yup, I don't want no smoke. I'm just over here doing the quest.
Have fun.
Ooh, equalizer! Yes, man. Equalize! Equalize! Oh, shit. Ooh, so my nigga.
Guys got beef, fam?
Oh, fuck.
I have a defect. Where are you?
Alright, cool. Yeah, he's right here. He's right here.
Right outside the harvester.
Oh, Santa. Whoa,
Where is he?
Right outside the harvester. Queen is right above me.
where are you?
North side
Queen's right
harvester.
above me. On the northwest side. On the northwest side. Yep, yep. Oh, thank you. I was about dead.
I'll be back for Jackson.
Okay.
You got any defense?
I don't. Sorry.
Defense. Inside.
I do not have a free kit, I'm sorry. Or sorry, a defense.
Defense. Can you hear me for a bit?
I don't got
I need
anything.
a defense.
I'm all out.
Oh shit. Fucking queen.
Defense. Do you have a defense? I need a defense. Over here.
All right, man. Goddamn.
Where you at?
Underneath the harvester.
I'm next to the building. What?
Underneath the harvester.
Where are you?
Underneath the harvester. Underneath the harvester. Everybody got defense. Over. Anybody got a defense? Underneath the harvester. Anybody got defense? Right down here, small. Oh, fucking right.
Bro, come on. How the fuck?
Jesus. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm out of sugar recharges now. Alright. Cool.
I need a defill.
You think I can get this guy shield? My bro.
Somebody has a defect, folks. Somebody has a defect. Hello. Anybody?
Enjoy the loot.